You set your goals on January 1st, full of excitement, imagining the person you'll become. You buy a shiny new goal planner, fill it with colorful pens, maybe even a motivational quote on the first page. And then 2 weeks later, it's under a pile of laundry, gathering dust. Sound familiar? If so, you're not broken, you're not lazy. You're human. And today, we're going to unpack why most people fail their goals, why most goal planners don't work, and how you can escape this cycle for good. But before we dive in, I'm going to challenge you to stick with me until the end because I'm going to share the one shift that makes any goal system actually work. Here's the first truth bomb. Most people treat goals like wishes. They think writing something down in a planner magically transforms it into reality. It's like planting a seed in concrete. It doesn't matter how beautiful the seed is, it's not going to grow without the right conditions. And this is where most goal planners fail you. They focus on the what, but skip the how and the why. You can write, lose 10 pounds, all you want, but if the system you follow is just a pretty page with a checkbox, you'll be back to your old habits in days. And let's talk about habits for a second. The brain loves comfort. It will always choose familiar over challenging. So when you set a goal that requires daily effort, you're actually asking your brain to rewire itself, but without giving it a blueprint. That's like handing a construction crew a hammer and saying, build me a skyscraper, without any instructions. Most planners only give you the hammer. Here's another reason most people fail. They overestimate motivation and underestimate systems. Motivation is like a sugar rush. It feels amazing at first, but it crashes fast. Systems, on the other hand, don't rely on feeling motivated. They rely on structure and environment. If your goal planner doesn't guide you to create these systems, it's a decorative notebook, not a tool. And there's the timing trap. People think they can completely change their lives in 30 days just because it looks good on Instagram. So they overload themselves with too many goals at once. I'll wake up at 5 a.m., meditate for an hour, write a book, go to the gym 6 times a week, learn a language, and by week 2, they're exhausted and discouraged. Why? Because willpower is a limited resource. If your goal planner doesn't help you prioritize and break goals into manageable chunks, you'll quit. But let's get personal for a moment. Imagine this. You wake up tomorrow, open your goal planner, and instead of a long, overwhelming to-do list, it only shows the single most important thing for the day. You do it. It's done. You feel successful. That small win fuels you for the next. This is how goals are actually achieved. Not by trying to conquer the world in a week, but by stacking tiny wins until momentum takes over. Most planners are also built backward. They start with the end date. What do you want by December 31st? And work in reverse. Sounds smart, right? Except life doesn't work in perfect reverse order. Unexpected events happen. Energy levels fluctuate. Some weeks you'll have more capacity than others. A planner that doesn't adapt to real life isn't helping you. It's quietly setting you up to fail. Then there's the all or nothing mindset baked into many planners. Miss a day? Congratulations, you've just fallen behind, according to the calendar, and suddenly you feel like you've ruined everything. But real success comes from forgiving the misses and getting back on track, not starting over every time you slip. Now, here's where it gets interesting. The psychology behind why planners fail. The human brain doesn't get excited by vague goals. Be healthier means nothing to your brain. But eat 2 servings of vegetables before 2 p.m. is specific, measurable, and gives your brain a clear target. Most planners don't push you to make goals this concrete, so they fail to activate your brain's reward system. And the final silent killer of goal success? No emotional connection. You might think a goal is about results, but it's actually about identity. If your goal is, run a marathon, but deep down you don't see yourself as a runner, you'll self-sabotage without realizing it. The most effective goals change how you see yourself first, then the actions follow naturally. So, what actually works? You need a system that does 4 things. Connects to your why, breaks goals into small daily wins, adapts to your life, and shifts your identity. This means your planner could be a physical notebook, a digital tool, or even a sticky note system. As long as it guides you to do those 4 things every day. Let's put this into a quick mental image. Imagine your goal as a mountain. Most people stand at the bottom, stare at the peak, and try to leap straight to the top, exhausting themselves and falling back down. The right system builds a staircase up the side. Every step is small, easy, and repeatable. That's the difference between dreamers and doers. So if you've failed goals before, it's not because you're incapable. It's because your system wasn't designed for human brains, human habits, and human life. The good news? Once you see the flaws in traditional goal planners, you can build your own approach that actually sticks. And here's the challenge for you. Pick one goal, shrink it down to a single daily action, and commit to doing it for the next 7 days. Forget the fancy planner. Just focus on showing up. Because in the end, success isn't about filling out every page of a notebook. It's about becoming the kind of person who follows through. And you can start that transformation right now. If you found this helpful and want more practical ways to stay consistent and motivated, make sure you like this video, share it with someone who needs to hear it, and subscribe so you don't miss what's coming next. Because we've got plenty more strategies to help you hit your goals without burning out.